Uh,
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, so we'll do a quick intro.
Sure.
So, welcome back, everybody, to Fix Pro Tips. Of course, I'm your host, Coach Fig, and today I got you guys a special guest all the way from
Australia.
Australia, guys. Average flight is 23 hours, right?
All
From
up.
Sydney. From Sydney.
From here, what do you got? 14. Yeah, you're looking around 20 odd hours. Yeah.
To 23 hours, guys. So he's here live in the flesh. All right. and he's going to tell you about his journey just to get here. So it was a lot more than 23 hours. But he's also here for something that I thought was something special, which is he travels just to watch American football.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
And that's a lot of travel. And I'm shame on you guys at home because a lot of you guys live 20 minutes from a stadium and don't ever go to a game. So give them an intro, man. Let them know who you are.
Hey, everybody. My name is Timmy Burns. I'm from a little small town in Australia. Born and bred in a country town, so I've never lived in a city before. So even coming to Tampa right now, it's different, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I'm an electrician. I work on one side of the country and actually live on the opposite side of the country. So Australia is very similar in size to America with travel. Just got probably about 300 million people less.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no,
But you guys don't have in people, you make up in wildlife.
exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get into that as well. So you're an electrician.
Electrician, yeah.
How'd you get into that? Is that like a family trade or?
Funny enough, so I left school when I was 16. I became a plumber first, actually.
Okay.
So I was a plumber and I was hating that. And I was doing a lot of electrical work,
Okay.
working for a plumbing and electrical company.
Okay.
And by the end of it, I was actually doing a lot of the electrical work with the electrician.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I think I could do this. So funny enough, went and saw one of my mates and he got onto his father to put me on as an electrician.
And it worked out for you?
And it didn't look back.
So you got tired of dealing with the shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha.
Was it shit flows downhill, paydays Thursday?
That's it. That's it. So you left school at 16.
Yeah.
Is it because you just was? Because I did the same.
Yeah.
I left school early. So
It was more, I wasn't enjoying the schooling side of things. I was like, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And funny enough, I was being in a small town, sort of everyone knows everybody.
Yeah.
So funny enough, I through sports and all that, I managed to get onto this plumbing job. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And give it a crack and didn't look back. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And I love that you say that because I'm not necessarily an advocate for people not going to school, but I am an advocate for letting people know that school is not for everybody. And just because you don't necessarily graduate or go the traditional route like college and things of that nature doesn't mean you can't be successful in life.
That's exactly right.
And that's that because I'm a high school dropout myself. I had actually I had 2 college offers to go. One was to Syracuse, and one was to Penn State.
Yeah, right.
But my GPA went down.
Yeah.
And so they revoked my scholarship.
Ah, damn.
And so I didn't go to college. You know, I didn't actually play in college football. But that didn't stop me from becoming who I became today. I still managed to establish my own business.
Yep.
I have 4 kids. I have a wife.
That's awesome.
You know, I have my own home. Like, you know, we do good, right?
Yeah,
So it's, am I rich? No, I'm not rich. But I am rich to the sense that I have my health.
Are you happy?
I have my family. I'm happy.
That's exactly right.
That's the greatest fortune that people are not fortunate enough to experience.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So you mentioned sports.
Yeah.
How do you develop this passion you have for American football?
Yeah, so I've got, as I said, being in a small town, we just enjoy sports in general because there's not a lot to do.
Gotcha.
Obviously, we go camping and stuff like that, but sports was obviously a good thing to get people together.
Mm-hmm.
And so, me personally, I'd follow basketball, NFL, ice hockey, whatever. I just enjoyed watching sport.
Gotcha.
And funny enough, I was doing a trip down the west coast of America.
Yeah.
And I was in Whistler, Whistler, British Columbia in Canada. And this was when the the championships, the NFC championship game on the end. Funny enough, it's you just have it. We call it a long weekend, but you just have it like an extra day off.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was down at Whistler, and all you hear is this is when it was San Fran and Seattle Seahawks were in the championship game.
Legion of Boom.
Yeah, and man, all you heard was Seahawks, and I'm just like, what is going on right now? I had no idea. Like, I assumed, I just said, football goes for too long and whatnot, but the atmosphere just got me. Oh man, it felt like it only went for 20 minutes. I'm like, I want more. Like, it was so good.
And so that's what, because you mentioned to me that the Seahawks is kind of your team, right?
Yeah. So like,
is that what drew you in? Because that was like your first experience with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was an Australian connection. You know, the kicker is Michael Dixon.
Yeah, he's well, I do, like, as I said, we have a sport over there.
Similar.
It's good AFL. And it's a lot of kicking, and that's where you get a lot of your punters from.
Yeah.
So it's a very high intense sport, and the actual Super Bowl, you'd say, for AFL was on yesterday.
Okay.
So like, even then I managed to get in and watch it.
Nice.
So like, even though I'm 22,000, what did I work out? I think it's 15,000 miles.
15,000 miles away from home.
Yeah, I still managed to jump in and watch some of it because just love sport. Just love it.
Yeah. All right. So, quick trivia question for you. Do you know how many Australian kickers we have in the NFL?
Oh, that is a good question. I know, well, there's a few in the college stuff as well I've been watching. But
because they've been coming over. But we know the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say, is the Bears kicker, is he
no,
he's not?
No. I'll help you out. There's only 4 in the NFL.
Philly's got their isn't he Australian?
It's
I know Dickinson.
It's Seahawks.
Yeah.
It's 49ers.
Yeah, true.
Houston.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, Houston, and there's one more. My mind's going blank right now. We have a 4th out there.
And we got Mailata for the Philly.
Philly. Yeah. Right. It is the Philly. So
but he's 4. Not a kicker, but he's a big dude.
Yeah. So you have 4 that we know for sure confirmed.
Yeah.
How is it, like, because I know you have a different experience with it. Is it received the same way back home? Is the NFL received the same way back home, or is it?
No, nowhere near.
Not really. Okay.
As I said, it's like there is sort of groups of people that sort of try and get together, and Super Bowl. Well, we call it Super Bowl Monday because here it's Sunday, but in Australia it's Monday. So usually each year we all take the Monday off to watch the Super Bowl. Yeah,
gotcha.
So it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger, but it's not obviously
It's not quite as what it is here.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So explain to the people your journey here for this trip.
Oh man, yeah. So what happened was I was meant to have 2 Canadian buddies come down for this game as well, but obviously they couldn't make it with the hurricane and whatnot. So what happened was I left my job, not left it, but I finished for my couple of weeks. I work on the east coast of Australia, so about 6 hours from Sydney.
So you fly, from home to work?
Yes, yeah. So but I didn't actually go home. I went straight from my work. Yeah.
From work. Okay.
So as I said, I live near Sydney, but my job is over near Perth.
Okay.
So which is on the other side of the country, and it's very similar in size. So flying time about 5 hours from state to state.
Okay.
So anyway, I finished work 2 weeks away, and managed to fly down to Perth from where I was working, and I was like, oh, that's a good start.
Yeah.
And then had a 12 o'clock at night flight from there to Melbourne.
Okay.
So once I got to Melbourne, I got in there at 5 o'clock in the next morning, and I was like, this is all well and good. My flight was meant to be flying out at 12 the next day. That got delayed, of course.
Okay.
So
Delay number
delay
one, guys.
one. Anyway, 2 hours we managed to get on, and yeah, so ended up flying from Melbourne to Los Angeles. And then once I got to Los Angeles, my phone blew up with messages and whatnot. I had absolutely no idea there was a hurricane at the time.
Gotcha.
Anyway, because it's a 14 and a half hour flight,
Yeah.
obviously got no messages or nothing. Anyway, I got to Los Angeles, and funny, I'm looking at emails and whatnot, and they've cancelled my flight from Los Angeles to Tampa. So I was like, shit, what do I do? Anyway, I went and saw them, and they're like, there's no flights. They've cancelled that flight. They've booked me on the next flight the next day. And then, funny enough, they cancelled that one as well.
So you had a 2-day layover.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they cancelled that, and then I went up to her and I said, look, I've got to be in Tampa on this day. What can you do? And they're like, oh. So I'm pondering around, trying to just quickly work something out.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, do I go to Houston? Do I go to Arizona for a couple of days? Just kill some time.
Yeah.
And the lady come up to me and says, oh, closest we can get you is Fort Lauderdale. And I'm like, I've never even heard of Fort Lauderdale. And I looked on the map, where's that? I was like, oh, it's just north of Miami.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that's fair enough. So I managed to jump on that flight. And then same thing, that was a 11 o'clock flight at night.
Yeah.
So then it got into Fort Lauderdale at like 6 o'clock the next morning.
No, all right. So that's like what we call a red eye.
Yeah, I got the red eyes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I've had 2 red eyes and a 14-hour flight.
And so you mentioned when you got to Fort Lauderdale, what was cool about it, you was able to catch the Miami game.
Yeah.
Versus Virginia Tech. Right?
Yeah.
So how was that? How was that? For
Man, the atmosphere was unreal.
That college football energy is different.
Man, I just like for something that's like you don't think about.
Yeah.
It is massive, like absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And just the people friendly. Like everyone I sort of noticed it was pretty good. So I enjoyed that, and just walking around and just enjoying the atmosphere. Like it's just really, really cool. So I really enjoyed that.
Did you get to kind of explore the Hard Rock itself?
Well, not really, no. But I am going to a game tomorrow there.
Tomorrow, yeah.
So hopefully.
So listen, y'all, he's in town for today's game, Philly versus the Bucks, right? And he's flying out for tomorrow's game, Miami versus Tennessee. You think he's done there? Nope. Where you flying to next?
Atlanta
for the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
All right. It's the Falcons versus
Bucks.
Versus the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bucks. I didn't know they were playing twice this week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so who are you cheering for? You're in Tampa now.
I'm in Tampa. I've got to stick with the locals.
So you're gonna go, and when you go to Atlanta, you'll be with the Falcons.
Yeah. Well,
hey, it's that's the beauty of the sport, right?
Exactly.
Like everyone knows. I'll show it here real quick. Everyone knows this Bills Mafia over here.
Yeah.
However, I live in Tampa, right? So as long as the Bucks don't play the Bills, I support the Bucks.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's just the way that I do it. But vice versa. If I was in Atlanta, I would cheer for Atlanta as long as they're not playing the Bills. It just makes sense, to support the local team if you're there. So
my idea is, so every 2 years we try and get together, get a group of games together, and just because it's so far to travel.
Yeah.
I just want to come home. I just want to go and just get it all done.
I'll get it all done.
All at once. So 2 years ago, I was in on the West Coast. I watched the Bills and the Rams,
which we won, by the way.
That was the game 1 at SoFi Stadium. That's an impressive stadium.
Yeah, I haven't been. So I need to, just based on the way you say you experienced it, I want to go.
Yeah.
I hear that tailgating sucks, though.
Yeah, look, as I said, it needs some work. But as I said, I compared to some of the other places, and then I managed to get the on the Saturday we went to a UCLA college game at the Rose Bowl. That was cool. Even just atmosphere.
So how do you compare that Rose Bowl experience to the Miami versus Virginia Tech? With energy wise,
Well, that was a night game. So the Rose Bowl, the one at the Rose Bowl was a day game.
Okay.
So it wasn't as big, but the atmosphere is just so cool.
Gotcha.
You got the bands. I'm not used to bands, and very, very patriotic, and I respect that. Like obviously you used to do your national anthem, and that's cool. Like I'm all for that, and that's just what you guys do, and I'm like, that's cool. Like I got to respect what you guys do, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
That works. So you did Bills and Rams.
Bills and Rams. I went on the Saturday was the UCLA game at Rosewood, and then on the Sunday I was back at SoFi to watch the Vegas Raiders and the Chargers. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that was on the Sunday, and then same thing. The Monday night game was Seattle and Denver.
So you flew up.
So I scooted up to Seattle. Yeah, and that was the first game Russ Wilson was playing for the Denver Broncos.
Listen, y'all, this is Russell Wilson's first game back in Seattle after he was traded or let go or requested to leave to Denver.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
How was he gave me the story already, but I just want how was that energy?
Man, the boos that were coming out of that place when he come out.
Not this booze.
No. Every time he but it was cool. It was awesome to see, like so loud.
Gotcha.
My ears like for a few days after were just like ringing.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this is the best.
Yeah.
So and of course Seattle won too on a Monday night, and I was like, what more do you want in the game?
It's incredible. Geno Smith has been solid for them, and it's something that I say, right? Because we put too much pressure on individuals.
Yeah.
On individuals, but it's a team sport.
100%.
Right?
100%.
And I believe that any quarterback with the right mechanics and the right understanding of the game will have success when you have a offensive line that will protect you.
Yeah.
When you have a reliable run game, when you have receivers that can catch the ball, that makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And so Geno Smith got written off early on when he was with the Jets.
He did.
Right, and fast forward how many years later, and he's now, I think he's ranked number 5 all-time passers for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Now. So kudos to him for sticking to it and not giving up.
Yeah, like as I said, Buddy, I'm not one to I'm not an expert in all this, but as I said, like you can't throw any shade on sort of anyone really, mate. It's a hard sport.
It is. It takes people don't understand how much work it takes just to get to that level.
Yeah.
Like, just to even be acknowledged and recognized, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah. So I just like watching, like you just watch them individually, like you're watching the game, but then if you're watching individually as well, how much work goes into it?
Yeah.
So it's pretty unreal. So I find that really interesting, just the little things like that.
Yeah.
That a lot of people sort of don't take, like on TV, they only show you the play.
That's it. Yeah.
But not the stuff that goes behind it. Like,
and let's not forget, aside from all of that, they still have personal lives there.
100%.
They have
100%.
kids, they have wives, they have family, they have illness, they have the same things we deal with.
Yeah.
They deal with as well. The
100%.
difference is that they're on TV with it.
Yeah.
So, in comparison to your experiences with Seattle, where have you been where you felt like the energy matched or was greater than being in Seattle?
Oh man, I can't go past a Bills game. Holy dooly, man!
I set that up on purpose, guys. I knew it was coming, but I set that up on purpose. Bills Mafia, baby. Yeah. Can I get a Bills Mafia out of you?
Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia, baby. Let's go.
Man, how do you
Yeah, we're probably the craziest, most loyal fan base aside from Dallas Cowboys. But I think the Cowboys fans are not crazy. They're just like really loyal, right?
I'm gonna get there.
Oh, okay.
And then same with Philly and all that. I know they're crazy.
Philly is rough. Philly, you gotta cheer for Philly there.
Well,
their fans are so bad. They have a prison. They have a jail inside the stadium. They're that bad. Philly fans are so bad. They have a jail inside the stadium.
That's awesome.
So just a heads up before you go out there. So tell them about your experience with the Bills Mafia tailgate.
Oh, man. So, yeah, well, it was actually funny enough. So what happened was I was in Toronto and I was catching the bus down and I got to the bus station. I was like, pretty early. This was early before. And I was like, I knew the tailgate was pretty good, but I didn't know about how good. Yeah. Anyway, next minute I get a taxi out to the game pretty early. And I'm like, looking at the car park.
Yeah.
And this is early on in the season, so this was like round 1 or 2 of the season.
Yeah.
So it was pretty warm there. And I'm like, holy shit, look at the size of this place. I'm like, and this is just the car park.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, this is fucking unreal. So I'm like, all right, I have no idea where I am, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know, but I had my backpack, which had my visa, which had my passport, and had all my stuff in it. And I didn't know you weren't allowed to take bags into the game.
Yeah, it has to be a clear.
Yeah, no one told me this. So anyway, I had my backpack, and I was like just walking around the tailgate. And next minute I see this chopper coming over. I'm like, dude, what is the chopper for? I'm like, they just for the tailgate. I'm like, what? And I'm like, holy shit. Anyway, so I'm just walking around. They're playing, cornhole?
Yeah, cornhole, yeah.
And I was like, that looks like fun. And you see these guys in barbecues and stuff. They're friggin' massive,
man.
man.
The grills out, yeah.
Holy shit. So I, just got talking to them and had a few beers with them. And then just kept walking through, up and down. And then, the tables start coming out. I'm just like, what is going on?
The tables, put them to the tables, man.
And I'm just like, this is sick. And, I was mesmerized, like just how unreal.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at, time just flew.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, this is so fun.
Yeah. Sometimes I tell people all the time, the tailgate, a lot of times people, they don't even leave.
No.
Because
that's
it's such a good time.
So I was like, oh, shit. I didn't realize that, I just randomly started talking to this sort of people with what do they call those big Winnebagos? Yeah. Anyway, I just started talking, having a few beers with them. And I was like, shit, I can't take my bag. And they're like, oh, just leave it with us. And I'm like, I had my visa, passport, everything. And I didn't know these people from a bar of soap.
Yeah.
So I was like, probably about 20 beers deep by that stage. I'm like, sure, here you go, have my stuff. Like,
sounds like a good idea.
I'll be screwed if I lose it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I put my full trust in them and went into the game. But it was just starting. And I was like, man, I'm that intoxicated.
Yeah.
I almost missed the game. I was having that much fun out the front.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. So anyway, got through the game. And I was like, fuck, I hope these people still have my stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm walking back, found where we're at. And funny enough, they were there still partying.
They're partying there.
This is sick.
Hey. Only Bill's Mafia would do something like that. Only Bill's Mafia would do something like that, all right?
Well, that's the thing. So I missed my connecting bus back because I had way too many beers, which was as you do. And I missed my connection bus back to Toronto.
Back to Toronto, okay.
So this nice family as well
took
me in, then drove me back to Toronto.
Bill's Mafia, baby.
Man,
that's what we do. Hey, I'll tell you, this clip, I'm going to make sure I chop it.
Yeah.
We're going to push it through, man. I promise. Hey, the NFL needs to appreciate people like you.
Thanks, Rose.
Honestly, I mean, just the journey you embark on to catch a live game.
Yeah.
Right?
I appreciate
Honestly,
it,
there's so many locals that are like, I'll put it on at 1. They don't even watch the whole game. They're like cooking, they're mowing the lawn. You know, some people don't watch the game. They just watch stats.
Yeah,
right? So someone like you, this is a different level of appreciation
100%
for the game.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
All right? So that's why I wanted to sit with you. I wanted to break this down. I wanted to bring you to the people.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Because I feel that a lot of people take things for granted.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, again, you saw the Buck Stadium. It's just down the street.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. It will be a lot of people. When we go to the tailgate later, it's going to be a lot of people there. However, there's a lot of people that don't even pay them out. They go, oh, another Bucks game. Oh, the traffic, the this, that. They don't appreciate the experience. All right? So I just want to kind of give you your flowers in that regard to let you know that, hey, and the NFL needs to acknowledge you. And the Seattle Seahawks, Seahawks, we need to get this guy down there more often.
Man,
we need to hook him up. We need to get with the coaches, with the players, something, because honestly, it's just a different level of commitment that this is not cheap.
Nah, it's not. It's not cheap at all.
And it takes a lot of planning.
Yeah.
And it takes time to put it together. So
100%.
Kudos to you.
Thanks, Brez.
How many stadiums have you actually been to?
Are you talking just NFL stadiums?
No, just football stadiums in general.
Well, what have I got? I've got Bills. Went to Seattle. I've been to San Fran. But that was the older one.
Yeah.
What it's called?
Candlestick, I think it was.
Yeah, that's it. Sci-fi. That was freaking unreal.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to the Husky Stadium in Seattle. Went and watched a college game there. The Rose Bowl. I've been to Denver.
Okay.
Obviously Hard Rock here.
Yeah.
In Miami. Obviously going to the Bucks, Atlanta, and Miami again, obviously.
And so your goal is to visit
over a long period of time. So I come every 2 years.
Yeah.
And then make a good group of and my idea is to get to every stadium.
Gotcha.
So just take in the atmosphere. Yeah, I'm a Seattle fan, but I do respect all of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. NFL, we need to make this happen.
Yeah.
Honestly, we need to get this guy inside of all your stadiums because this is a one-in-a-lifetime type of individual. He's putting his hard-earned money and he's making all his vacations about the NFL.
Yeah.
It's not about the United States. It's about the NFL. What he encounters in the process, it's all bonus. But he's here to see the NFL.
100%.
So, you watched the Alabama?
Yeah.
Game,
holy dooly.
I will say I did pick Georgia to win. I'm not on the bandwagon of Nick Saban is not the head coach no more, so they won't be good. I don't believe that. I believe that Alabama, the DNA, that foundation is still there. The coaches are still there. So I knew Alabama would still be good, but I just felt that Georgia offense would have been enough. And if it wasn't for that monster first quarter, it's a total different game.
Yeah, it's a tale of two halves, wasn't it?
And you said you watched that at the Hard Rock, correct?
Yeah. Holy dooly.
What was that like for you?
Man, I just love super I just love NFL Sundays and college Saturdays. I'm in a bar at the Hard Rock just watching footy and they've got 5-6 games on and I'm like, this is the best. I'm just I don't even, and then you see one lot of guys glued to that game and then you hear someone yelling and screaming at the other. I'm like, dude, where do I look? What am I doing? What am I missing? So just the atmosphere on that side of things too. I'm just this is the best. What more could you want from your people?
It's raw energy. You can't fake that.
Nah.
You can't fake that. That's genuine energy.
And it's good as well to sort of get people out and actually...
Yeah, you have to get out, get around other people. That's what I tell people all the time. People get too caught up being at home. You ready for another one, or am I moving too fast?
No, you're twisting my arm. I like it.
All right.
That's good. You like my beer shirt?
Yeah, I saw you. Come on, Isaac. He's ready. He's sending the right message. Sending the right message.
It's un-Australian not to have a beer this time.
That's what my son told my wife. When my wife says, "You guys are gonna drink at 8:30 in the morning," and my son goes, "It's Australia. It's what they do."
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So, how much of that is a real thing? It's
look,
because a lot of stuff we say
same
jokingly, but how much of it is true? How common is it to find someone
being in a small town? As I said, it's a social way.
Okay.
So, as I said, there's not a lot to do. So a lot of us go down.
Quick, not to interrupt you. We're drinking Stella Rosa, right? Because the man sitting to the left of me, he said he drinks what?
I'm a lager drinker.
He's a lager drinker. Only lager I've ever drank in my life is Stella Rosa. Simply because my younger brother, Andrew, a.k.a. the Drewmeister, introduced me to this probably about 10 years ago.
Nice.
If it wasn't for that, I would have got you something off of Google. I wouldn't know what to get.
That's all right, bro.
But I understand Stella is a good, nice lager, so
mate,
that's what we're drinking on today.
Us Aussies would drink anything.
Oh, really?
Oh, 90% of stuff, yeah.
Really?
Mate,
look at that.
We do shoeies.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you not done a shoey before?
Never.
Have you seen F1?
Yeah.
Have you seen Daniel Ricciardo? He's Australian.
Okay.
When he wins, he does a shoey.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just an Australian thing.
It's the thing to do.
Cam Smith, the golfer, same thing, shoey.
Here's the thing. So we spoke about this already. I was waiting for this proper connection. So between now and within a year or so, I'm gonna make my trip.
Come to us. Yeah, he's more than welcome.
And we're gonna document it, and you're gonna see this guy again.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll coordinate with you. We'll see what works timeline wise, and we'll go down there. And this will be my designated tour guide, I guess. And we'll show you.
I promise he won't get bitten that many times by too many spiders.
All right, you mentioned spiders, right? My son has this thing. So how big are those spiders? Are they really like? Because I've never been, so you hear the stories.
Look, you get some pretty decent sized ones, but they're not. They're more scared of us than anything. So
I don't know that that's the truth.
Nah, look, if you're looking for them, yeah, that's all well and good. But same with snakes as well. Like they're there, but when you piss them off, obviously that's when they're going to obviously get you. But
Gotcha.
9 times out of 10, they're there doing their own thing, and we're the ones that's like come up onto them just by accident. So like lifting things up, there's snakes under there.
Yeah, gotcha.
And that's when they're like shit, bang, and then you're like, oh yeah,
too late, gotcha.
That. Yeah.
All right.
But,
what about like the big wildlife, like crocs? Where would you find the crocs? You guys have saltwater crocs, correct?
Yeah. But they're normally on the northern parts of Australia.
Okay.
So, it's humid, similar to here. Like this is humid here for me.
Yeah.
So
it's humid for everybody.
Yeah.
Not just you. It's for everyone. We all sweat the same, all right? It's humid for all of us.
So where I live, it's really dry. So there's no crocs around where I live. But yeah, up north, obviously you get the crocs. You've got alligators here. Well, not here per se, but New Orleans. Yeah,
we have a lot of alligators here in Florida.
That's cool.
But they stay away from you.
Yeah,
so they'll actually go in the water. They don't really. Mess with you.
Well, it's very similar, I guess, in a way. If you piss them off, obviously they're going to come.
Yeah.
They got like foxes and sort of dingoes and.
So like, I guess my real question is, how concerned should one be about encountering wildlife and actually like being in a distressful situation?
Look, just don't be a dick. Like, if you go up to it and feed it, you're only going to piss it off. So like, you can go up, like you can see them and just let them do their thing. And if you just leave them be, they're going to leave you alone.
Okay.
So like, you can go to like different, like you can go to like a national park or something, and just kangaroos will come right up to you.
Really?
Yeah. So, but then obviously you get the angry ones that hiss and whatnot at you.
Yeah. So you bring that up, right? So, because I've seen so many different videos. I've seen the video of like kangaroos grabbing dogs. I've seen kangaroos attacking people.
Yeah.
But then I see other videos where people attack kangaroos, and that really upsets me, right?
Look, yeah.
So I don't know. It upsets me only because I'm looking at an animal, right? But is a person attacking a kangaroo, is it more like self-defense trying to get it off, or is it you just got some dicks out there as well?
Both, bit of both. But 9 times, like, they're not a pest, but they're getting bad in the fact that they're destroying crops and a lot like pigs and stuff like that as well. So we do a lot of control.
Okay.
So we do shooting, and they have pig chasing and stuff like that to try and control a lot of that stuff. And they always like, the kangaroos and stuff like going on the sides of the roads and getting like all the cotton seed and all that. So it's good food and that for them. So what happens is obviously they're driving, the high beams shining their lights, and then bang, they hit them.
Wow.
So a lot of damage is caused by kangaroos.
So kangaroos are equivalent to deers in America.
Pretty much, yeah.
Deers cause so much havoc.
Yeah.
They create, I don't know how many accidents a year that they actually cause a lot of fatal accidents as well. So kangaroos would be kind of in the same neighborhood as a deer.
Yeah.
So they're not really dangerous to you.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Because I always thought they were pretty neat. They can stand up. The way they look at people, I always thought they were neat. But I don't know how I would feel about that. How tall are they? Like
they can vary.
6 feet. I hear
some of them they can vary. Like, and then you've got wallabies. They're a lot smaller.
Okay.
So, and they're a lot darker as well. But very similar to kangaroos as well. So
now, like in regards to characteristics, are they different? Is one more aggressive than the other, or
they're much for muchness, really? Obviously, if you piss them off, obviously they're gonna
give you some.
Yeah, right. But 9 times out of 10, they try to stay out of your road.
Have you personally ever had a wild experience or wild encounter? With any animal?
Well, I live in the country, right? So I see wildlife all the time. So.
It's normal for you.
Yeah. So I just do my own thing. They just do their own thing. I've been pretty good. Obviously, I've hit a kangaroo driving. Obviously, wildlife. So we sleep in I like sleeping under the stars.
Okay.
So like we have a roll-out bed called a swag, and you'll get animals come right up to you at night. You don't even know.
So wait, when you say sleep under the stars or roll out. You mean you're sleeping outside?
Outside, yeah. With no tents, don't need tents or nothing like that.
Just the bugs, the bite.
Well, you see, it's like it's sort of like it's called a swag. It's called, and it's like a what do you call it?
See, us we call swag. We call clothes.
No.
Swag. You got swag. You know.
No.
So swag. So over there you roll out like we would call that like a sleeping bag.
Yeah, right? But it's not. It's
not covered.
It's got like a little bed in it.
Or like so, it's like a padding.
Yeah, okay. And then it's got like waterproof, sort of like a retardant, sort of like a tent almost in a way, but it's just a roll up sort of bag. Gotcha. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I enjoy that.
But you don't sleep like that every night.
No. Oh, only when you go camping.
Oh, that makes sense. Or you're talking about camping when you say you sleep under the stars.
No.
All right. So at home you don't. This is not.
No. We live in houses.
Okay. Yeah. I have to ask a question because I'm.
Yeah. No, that's.
I was like, wait, I don't know that I want to go now.
Yeah.
I don't want to sleep outside every day.
No.
So we have differences in that but similarities. When people go camping out here or hunting, it's the same thing. We'll take a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Set it up. And, kind of whatever happens.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But how cold does it get here in
Florida?
Yeah.
I'm from New York originally. New York gets cold.
Oh, it snows in that there.
Yeah. But honestly, you probably get a week or two of like okay, cool weather. But to say that it gets cold, I mean, maybe a hoodie or sweatshirt. I mean, you see like the locals, they'll put jackets on. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like 60 degrees. Are you crazy? But yeah, I guess if you're a local and you're not used to the cool weather, I think last winter we dipped to the 30s.
Yeah,
that was cold. I felt that was cold, but I still didn't wear coat.
So 32 Fahrenheit is 0 degrees Celsius. So we work on a metric system.
Yeah. So
I'm still trying to work out your fueling, like not your gas.
Yeah.
So like you've got, what is it, 396 and 9/10. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I'm so confused with like your fuel, and I'm like, oh, that's a gallon too. I'm like, how many fucking liters in a gallon? Because we go liters, right?
Yeah, so it's 4 liters in the gallon.
Yeah, so I'm just like, all right, 396 and 9/10. I'm like, that means absolutely nothing to me. But anyway, it's fun and games.
See, so that's the way you process it. You break it down. Here, we gotta pay it. We don't. We just fucking pay it. It hurts every time.
Yeah. No.
What's the biggest difference you notice from back home and when you come to the States? How much does it impact you, like in the pocket? Like, is the dollar greater? Or
the Australian dollar is terrible at the moment. So
really,
oh man. So it's even more. Like coming over here costs a lot more than you think. So at the moment, every Australian dollar that I put in, I only get 62 cents American.
Wow. So you need like almost $2.
Yeah, and then to still pay for the games and whatnot. Wow. So
NFL, we have got to do something about this.
Yeah,
right? This man works hard. He's an electrician. All right, we have got to do something. I promise you, I'm gonna advocate for you.
Thanks,
don't be surprised if you don't get a package from somebody somewhere. I'm gonna advocate for you, bro.
Sure, man.
Listen, we need more people. I guarantee you that if more people can experience the way you experience,
100%.
the game would be that much bigger. And I see what the NFL is doing by going like Germany, and like we're going to other countries now, and that's great. But you know what they're doing is almost like advertising.
Yeah. I'll happily do it down in Australia.
We have to find genuine people like you.
Yeah,
right? This is the audience you want. You're doing this on your own.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. I love it. So it's just, I find the people, they're very friendly.
Yeah,
I've noticed, and as I said, they're welcoming when it comes to, oh, you're not from here. Where you from? Like, this is cool. Like, just want to get to know your background as well. So I enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it.
I'm glad that you say that because, you know, America as a whole has this perception that we're like a bunch of assholes.
Nah.
And what happens is you have assholes. Exactly. You have assholes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And so when you encounter, unfortunately, one person is enough to ruin it for.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think that's fair.
No, you're right.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
And so for that reason, I'm glad that you say something like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're coming from, like they say, down under.
Yeah.
You come from Australia. It's a long way out.
Yeah.
And when you come here, you've been able to encounter
Yeah.
good people, right?
Yeah, this is my first time over in Florida too, so I'm like, oh man, I've been pretty lucky. They've looked after me. Well, then again, I got my accommodation cancelled on me.
Hey, again, we need to get with La Quinta, right? Because this man was delayed not because he missed a flight or he missed his alarm, because Hurricane Helene, all right, closed down our airport. He couldn't fly in on time.
Nah.
He wasn't able to check into his reservation, even though we were experiencing a hurricane. They went and canceled his reservations. They billed him for the original reservation and then made him book another stay at a different location.
Yeah.
La Quinta, y'all got to do better than that. You have got to do better than that.
Yeah, so I rocked up there to actually, like, oh, look, what's going on? Like, they haven't actually explained to me what's happening. And they said, oh, you're classed as a no-show. And I'm like, well, mate, not that I wanted to miss out. Yeah. It's just like I couldn't get here.
Yeah, it's not. You didn't do it intentionally.
But anyway, it happens. Like,
we're gonna fight for that money back. Yeah, I got a campaign for you, 110%, brother. We're gonna get you some free NFL games, and we're gonna get you your money back from La Quinta.
Even just like I'll happily like do stuff in Australia to promote it, because it needs to be shown. Like, it has the potential to go a long way. There is talks of a game in Melbourne, Australia, because obviously, they're doing Germany, they're with Brazil, and stuff like that. So, man, a game in Australia would
be amazing.
Oh yeah. So
I think it'll be good, because it'll also show the locals that, hey, it's so similar to your game.
Yeah.
Now, what I was doing the research on was that, like, the equipment that's used in the NFL is not used in the AFL.
Oh, not at all. No.
And so it's completely different.
Completely different. Yeah.
That's what the Kickers was talking about.
Yeah.
The first time they ever put a helmet on, a real helmet on, was in game.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't use it. They don't. So that's a different game altogether.
Yeah. So, like, you talk to people that have played it, and like, we don't use pads and whatnot, but getting hit in their fingers and whatnot by a helmet and plastic, that would hurt, man.
Yeah. It breaks bones.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, like, you can look at it two ways. You can say, oh yeah, we wear harder. I was like, not really, because they go in head first. They just put their body on the line.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Both of them have their, like,
there's pros and cons to everything. Yeah. There's definitely
so I enjoy. Like, and just you hear some of the contact, and you're just like, oh man, I wouldn't get up after that. That's for sure. But I kind of wish I got into it at a younger age too.
Gotcha.
But just sport in general, I just love it. So
I'm gonna encourage you to start a podcast, and if you're interested, I'll show. It's super simple. I'll show you how to do it, and you can be that voice in Australia. Seriously, you can build your platform in Australia. Eventually create a relationship or partnership with the NFL.
Right? Wow.
And that could be your ticket in, right? But honestly, it doesn't take much. As you see, like, I can pop up anywhere and we can bang and we can roll, right? Doesn't have to be video. You can do just audio if you want, right? You can do some sort of sports talk. But right now, I was looking, there's nothing in Australia.
Nah, look, there is.
But I'm saying, like, at that level.
Yeah, I know.
You could be the guy that really break the barrier.
Look, man, it'd be unreal. That would be unreal. Yeah, like, being from a country town, as I said, I'm not used to city life.
Yeah.
I just like things simple too as well.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a beer, buddy.
That's it.
Having a chat.
Good talk. That's right. And that's quality of life.
Yeah.
People get stuck with, I got to have this kind of car. My house is not big enough. That doesn't make you happy. That doesn't make you rich.
Exactly right.
You know, it may look like it on the surface. And most, that's why I tell people all the time, you have, like, billionaires that commit suicide.
Yeah.
You have a homeless guy with a smile on his face. That's just such a different way of appreciating things when you do get something.
Yeah.
So you going to the Bucks today.
Going to the Bucks.
And so I know you said you're going to go with the locals.
Yeah.
Right? But do you really believe they'll win today, or are you just going with the locals? I believe personally the Bucks can do it.
Yeah.
But they're so iffy.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have a hard time containing the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
But
they haven't clicked yet. The Philly yet. They're up and down, like, and so are the Bucks.
They're going up and down. That's what I'm saying. So I think the Eagles have more potential
Yeah.
to win today than the Bucks do.
Yeah. Look.
I've actually picked the Eagles. I picked them to win. I every week
Eagles.
I go down the whole list of games and I make my picks.
Yeah, okay.
And like right now, I'm at an 82% win ratio.
Nice.
82%, and it's only because of these random upset games, right?
Who'd you pick in the Detroit Seahawks game tomorrow night? It's in Detroit.
I think I picked Detroit.
Ah.
I think I picked Detroit because
Nah.
that offense is clicking, but that defense, right? And it's in Detroit.
Yeah, they've always got to start
It's a dome. It's a dome. So that sound can't go out. Yeah. It's trapped in there. So it's amplified.
Yes. Speaking of, I said I've been to Detroit. I went and had a look at the outside of Ford Field, but I haven't been
inside of it. Okay.
So that's another one. Yeah, it looks impressive.
So it's when you're in. Anytime you're in a dome, that sound has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It stays in there, and the Lions, they're like
a bit of a start, don't they?
Yeah, they're hungry. They want it, right? Like Dan Campbell has them clicking.
Yeah,
they play for each other. They play as a team. No one is fighting for yards or stats. They want to win as a team, and I think they have a chip on the shoulder. They have a point to prove. You know, for so long they've been a joke in the league.
I think they're like playing for him as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all of that. Yeah. All of that contributes,
and that does so. And like Mike McDonald. Yeah, McDonald. The Seahawks coach.
Pete Carroll.
No, he was the coach.
Oh, yeah, he's gone now.
Yeah. Mike McDonald, yeah. Yeah. He's doing an awesome job. Like, I hope the players just get around him as well.
I think, look, Geno Smith at quarterback. You guys still have Tyler Lockett, who's still playing at a high level.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf, right?
Smith and Jigma.
So you guys have the weapons.
Yeah.
Your running back, I think, could be better.
Yeah, well, we've got two. We've got Walker and we got Zach Charbonnet.
I think that the offensive output will be better when the run game started,
look,
right? Your defense is always there.
Yeah,
right? The defense
100%.
is always there. So I think I think it'll be a competitive game. I just think that
you just hope that.
Being in Detroit,
and
you know, look at Jared Goff. It's like he turned it.
Yeah, he has done
all
well.
The time. He kind of rewind the clock. And he's playing at a high level now, and it's gonna be a good game to say the least. But I did pick the line. I believe I picked the Lions.
So you guys watch it on Sundays, which is all good. For us, we watch it Mondays. So for us, like we're like up at 3 a.m.
just to watch
games, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So I flick the TV on.
You got football all day.
Yeah,
that works.
I enjoy that. So that's pretty cool.
So, I guess to watch over there, you have to stream, right? You have to get some sort of streaming service.
Pretty much.
Because it's not on your local TV.
There is. We do. Yeah. See, over there we have free-to-air TV. They call it. So we've got probably like 20 channels where you don't have to pay to get them.
Really?
Yeah, and which is good, obviously. But you do have your Netflixes and your Spotify's, all those things you can. Yeah.
Okay, that works.
But we have like a sports channel that you can, and they play like 3 games, one after each other. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then obviously you have the free-to-air stuff. They have a game on as well.
So, So you get enough. You get enough football for your day.
I like it. And then obviously you get the Thursday night and then the Monday night.
Yeah. Those are the bonuses. I call those bonus days.
Yeah.
We need to spread it out a little bit.
Yeah. So I enjoy that.
So Seahawks is your team.
Seahawks my team. Yeah.
If it wasn't the Seahawks, who would it be?
I don't want to piss in your pocket, but I'd say the Bills.
Really?
Like going to a Bills game is just the atmosphere. Those guys are nuts.
So it's safe to say if you would have went to a Bills game first, you would have been a Bills fan?
Probably. Yeah.
Hey, I take it. I'll take it.
But yeah, Seattle. I'll stick with Seattle because
absolutely no. Your team. Like for me, I'll be honest with you. Like the Bills, over the last couple years have really surfaced as my home team. Right?
Yeah.
They've always been my home team, should I say. But I was a Ravens fan for a long time because of Ray Lewis.
Yeah,
Ray Lewis was so intense.
Yeah.
The way he played the game, the passion.
Yeah.
All of the above. And after he retired, then there was no reason for me to cheer for the Ravens anymore.
So you being a Bills fan, how dirty and not angry. How upset were you getting with Tom Brady just destroying your division for so long?
So that's a great question. And honestly, I wasn't mad with Tom Brady. He was doing what he was supposed to do.
Yeah,
right? He's the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
So I absolutely appreciate him.
I'm a Seattle fan in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started. I was on the ground going. That was a pass interference, by the way. If you look at it now.
So they should have ran.
Should have ran it.
You got the most dominant running back on the 1 yard line, and you don't run it.
Yeah. Don't even remind. And as I said, so you and I have very similar interests in that we love watching Tom Brady play.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're like, God, he's too good. Too good. Yeah. So I'm impressed. Like, good on him.
I understand that there's one thing to be like the Bills Mafia, right? We're insane, right? But I'm a realist.
Yeah.
I look at things for what they are, and I think like Stephon Diggs, right? I spoke about this on a previous podcast. When we let him go, when we sent him out to Houston, everyone was like, "No, it's not good." And I was like, "Well, 2 years ago, I said we should let him go." And the reason I said that was because he wants the ball too much. He's not a team player.
Yeah.
He wants his stats. He wants his bonuses. He wants his and fine. That's the way you want to play. It's a team sport.
Yeah.
The objective of the game is to win.
Yeah.
Regardless if you got 100 yards or 30 yards or 2 touchdowns or no touchdowns, as long as the team wins, we should all celebrate.
Well, I was looking at a stat last week on Josh Allen. He had 10 receivers.
Yeah, he's hit 10 targets.
Yeah.
Right? So far in the season, he's got 8 touchdowns through 3 games, right? 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
Last year, you know what he had? He had 7 touchdowns. He had 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look, even the yardage, the production, how many targets last year through 3 games? He only had 6 targets.
Yeah.
He had 10 targets in 1 game. Spread the ball, makes it harder for the defense to be able to cover.
Yeah.
Now, when you got Stephon Diggs and they know that's where you're going with the ball, you put 2 guys on him and he's not a factor no more.
The new rule that's come out, well, not new rule, see how the O-line, how they're not, if they're not square and they're throwing flags.
Yeah.
That's such annoying. Like,
there's a couple things that I'm not happy with.
Even inches in that.
Even the kickoff.
It's
so weird to have everyone just stand still until
you want to be able to chance to get the ball back.
Yeah. And now even with the onside, you have to announce the onside kick. Yeah. It's gonna be that much harder to recover it.
Yeah.
So, but hey, kudos to them for trying to make the game safer.
Look, you do need to. Are they going to be wearing those big padded things? Or?
I hope not.
Yeah, you see some of them wearing it.
Yeah. But I hope not. Honestly, I think that's gonna really change the game altogether.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Oh,
it brings people together.
100%.
All over the world.
100%.
Right? So it's not just like an American. They say American football. It's not just an American sport. It's people from all over the world.
It's unreal. Like you see, it gets sold out in Germany, London, all those.
Everywhere they go.
Yeah, which is like if they brought a game to Melbourne, it's 100,000 people. It would sell out straight away.
So the arena out there is 100,000.
Yeah, in Melbourne. Wow. Yeah. So, but it's a dome. It's more for
a dome for 100,000 people.
Yeah.
That sounds like what is it? Wembley? Is it?
Very similar. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's unreal. Like they play. As I said, cricket. You don't do cricket.
Cricket. But, I'm familiar with it. I don't watch it. I don't play it, but I'm familiar with cricket.
So cricket, they have the AFL. They play on a big round circle.
Okay.
Or oval. But that's what it's for. But then they can still play
for anything else. Alter the field for the lines and stuff.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Huh. Hey, NFL, we need to get it out there.
Yeah, for sure.
This guy's for sure going to be there.
Oh,
he will for sure be there, and I bet he'll bring some friends with him.
100%. If I'm traveling 15,000 miles now to come and watch a game, 3 games here, I'd definitely go to Melbourne any day to go and watch it. So, it's awesome.
What's your when you go to a game, obviously you may pick a side or not. What's your what are you looking forward to most when you go to a game?
Just the atmosphere. I try and soak it up and just enjoy it.
The energy.
Good energy. And then get in on it. Obviously, when the games are close, man, you're just that into it.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit, is he going to get this? Is he not going to get this?
That's how it was last night with the Alabama-Georgia game. That game, within the matter of less than a minute, there was 2 touchdowns. That game for me was an instant classic. I wrote it as an instant classic because
Man,
how else could you write it?
but like, yeah, even in the bar, like people were watching it, but then they were just doing their things, and then halftime, you're like, there was a guy sitting next to me. He had money on Georgia, and
Sorry to hear it.
yeah, he left at halftime with the shits, and I was like, mate, they'll be right, they'll be right. I didn't think honestly they'd get as close as it did, but then the second half, and I was like, man, they're coming back.
So I was talking to a friend of mine, Mr. Warren. I was talking to him yesterday, and he was talking trash about Georgia because he just doesn't like Georgia.
Yeah,
And I said to him, "Don't worry, like they just have to settle down. Like that first quarter was disaster. They have to settle down and climb back into it." And sure enough, just like that, they did. If I didn't understand why they went for the 2-point conversion instead of just the field goal.
Yeah. Look.
But at the end of the day,
you get bums on seats, don't you? And people want to see that.
yeah.
And that's, and man, and as I said, college isn't nowhere near as big as the NFL over there, but I love it.
Back home, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because here in the States, I would argue that it's bigger than the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, because you have the alumni that come back.
Yeah.
You have, obviously, the current students and athletes.
Yeah.
And you have, like, there's, like, versus Alabama, they don't have a pro team.
Yeah.
So it's, like, all about the road tide.
Yeah.
It's all about Auburn, right? It's all about, like, these other programs.
Yeah.
And so these collegiate programs, they bring something to the town. Like you were saying, there's not a lot to do in a small town. So these teams, they bring it to you. You know, they allow you to come out, give you something to look forward to.
No, that's it. I said sport in general, I love it. Love it. It does. I personally just enjoy getting around, like talking to people. I'll talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
We got chatting.
We're here chatting it up.
Yeah. So I would just happily talk to anyone. If anyone gives me the time, I'll give them the time.
That's right.
So I'm not one of those guys that think I'm better than someone.
Yeah.
I just literally, how are you? And then a lot of the time I say, g'day, how you going? They're like, sorry, what did you say? And I'm like, oh, shit, sorry, hey, how are you? And they're going to try, because I usually say g'day, and they're like, what the fuck did he just say?
So g'day is like good
g'day,
day.
yeah. It's
good day.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So it's funny you said, there was a comedian I was watching, and he was talking about when he went to Australia to do a show, and he said the way that they speak, the locals speak, they're speaking English.
Yeah.
It's so sped up.
Well, that's the thing too. I'm from as I said, country town, and my slang is even more, not like, would you say boganer?
Yeah.
Sort of, rather than the people in the city. So like when I talk to them, they're like, holy shit. You're definitely from a country town. I was like, shit, you don't realize it?
So even being in Australia,
the cities compared to the country towns, and then it's like, but like me personally, I don't see it, but then you're like, yeah, you're right, they are a bit more.
You start to pay attention, listen a little
bit. And then being in the construction industry, sort of like swear a lot,
yeah. Which is why I make sure you have that right there. Right?
Yeah,
maybe swearing will help.
Yeah, right? So, I swear. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it. Like
it just happens.
Yeah, it's like I fuck this and that, fucking. I'm just like, shit, did I say that?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Nah, but like, you got to be respectful. Or like, you always respect elders. Respect sort of like, don't be shit around kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I just,
you would think that's common sense, but you'd be surprised how many people don't care. It's almost disgusting to see the way some people are.
Yeah, the way people get butthurt these days. Holy shit. Man. Right.
So speaking of that, right? Do you have a feel for any of it at all? Like me personally, I've taken a strong stance that, like when we spoke, I told you, don't worry, you say it how it comes to you, raw, uncut, unfiltered. Like me personally, I'm a straight shooter.
Yep.
Right.
Say how it is.
I believe man, woman. I believe that entire structure.
Yeah. Look, as I said, me preferably, I don't care what people do, do their own thing. Just don't push any of your ideologies onto me.
That's what I say all the time.
Yeah.
Like, don't. Why am I anti anything?
Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
You don't have to agree with it.
So, are you not anti me being heterosexual?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's so weird how Does any of this play out back home?
It's getting worse. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
And
so I feel like the U.S. is like spearheading this thing. Right? It's disgusting to see the transformation.
yeah. I just, what really annoys me is like they get butthurt over the smallest things, and it's just like, mate, you do you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just stop pushing your shit on the people. Do your own thing. Don't get butthurt. Just go along with it. Get it over and done with. You don't have to do it again.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this is where I take a problem with it. Is that why would you feel some type of way about the choice you made?
Yeah, exactly.
You should know that this is the reaction you're going to get, the common reaction that you're going to get from, a level-headed individual.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it, right?
Yeah.
Why would you expect someone that doesn't believe in your views and share those values to not be offended or taken back by your choices?
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, the people you want to hang around with, the people that sort of just want to do things that you want to do.
Yeah, you have your crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Crowd. Don't come around my crowd trying to make us do what you do. It's not going to work.
No, that's exactly right. As I said, I'm not offended by anyone. I don't really give a shit.
I'm the same way. You keep it over there. I'm here. Like, as long as you don't bring it to. If you bring it to me, I'm not gonna hold my tongue.
Nah, that's it.
But you keep it over there. That's your business.
That's exactly right. Business. So I think we get along. We will get along, as in, fine. Yeah. So, and I'm not. Yeah, I don't. I've got my uncle's gay and all that. I don't care.
That's what I said. I said I have a cousin that's gay. But that doesn't that's his choice.
Yeah,
that's not my business.
Exactly.
That's not. He's not ever coming. Hey, you want to come hang? No, we're not
and he doesn't throw it in your face.
Yeah,
he just goes
but you just know, right? But we're not having that conversation.
Yeah,
it's different if someone's like, "Hey, you should really try it one day." Why? Like that's a different conversation, right? So I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
I have one more thing I wanted to bring up for you, which is how do you? So I don't know. Do you even pay attention to what's going on with like the whole China and Taiwan thing?
Look, it's all over the news. I try to stay away from that.
So it's over there as well, right? Yeah. Because I was reading, I was like, well, if that shit happens, they say like America and Australia are the ones that have to like go and show face.
Yeah, right? Australia's that far up America's ass though. Like we'll do whatever America says.
Really?
Man, American, like we've got nothing. If they come in, they'd be able to invade us tomorrow if we didn't have America, I reckon. Like
so
the Chinese.
Wait, I'm confused because you have your own military.
We do, but it's defense mainly.
Gotcha.
Whereas like we're an island, but like we've got like
you guys are big.
We are.
You guys are big.
Yeah, but it's more defense, and then as I said, we do whatever America tells us.
If anyone ever tried to invade Australia, I just release all the wildlife. Just send all the wildlife. I think my son was telling me, give me fact or fiction. He told me there was a war on birds or something like that.
Yeah, this is years and years and years.
But this is a real thing. Yeah. Wow. And hey, good look, you was right.
And they supposedly outnumbered and actually beat us.
So it's true. So it's true.
Wow. That was years and years
ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey guys, look, facts over feelings. Okay, this is coming from the man from the land himself.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is because my son, he's like I said, he's really so smart.
Yeah.
He's so knowledgeable about so many things. Which, by the way, he's actually breaking news, guys. My son opted out of college, right? But he graduated early.
Yeah.
Right. He's so smart. He graduated early, and he opted out of college to join the military.
Really?
He leaves now in November.
Yeah, right.
For me, it was like at first I was like, "Whoa!" I didn't know how to take it, and then as I digested it, I couldn't be any prouder.
Yeah,
because it's a choice. Like he had
teach you some good life skills.
Well, aside from that, just know that he made this decision for himself.
Yeah.
Like you think about the average person that joins the military, they don't have shit going for themselves. So they're in debt or like they're facing like criminal charges. They get an option to go to the military, and to know that he was in college.
Yeah.
I offered him an opportunity making a good salary. I won't discuss on this, but it was a good salary, and with all of that available to him, he made a decision as a young man to say, you know what, I'm gonna go serve my country.
That's sick.
And I was like, at first, like I said, I was taken back by it.
Yeah.
But as I thought about it, I said, I'm watching my boy grow to a man right before my eyes, and that was like So yeah, and I've always had gratitude and respect for the military. So now to know that my kid is going to be a part of it, through the roof.
Well, America's got a lot of their stuff in Australia, in the middle of Australia. So we're tight. Like Australia and America tight. We do whatever America says because, as I said, they've got.
It's a good working relationship.
It is, which is good to have. But that is said, it's putting strains on with China. We have a lot of trade agreements with stuff with China,
gotcha.
And then we're like, now it's putting strain on with the Taiwan thing and all that kind of stuff as well. But I try and stay away from that type of politics.
Yeah. So the only reason I used to never get involved with politics. Only reason why I started getting into it was when they started impacting me differently.
Yeah.
I had my own business once upon a time, and then the way the economy shifted, with the fuel costs and just the insurance prices going up, the lack of cargo being available, I made a business decision to put the business down because I didn't want to take the chance of going broke.
Yeah.
I don't want to point fingers, but the numbers don't lie, right? So things changed dramatically when Trump was out, right?
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I was forced to pay more attention.
Yeah.
And by paying attention, I realized how much shit was really.
I was actually not worried, but I was like, you've got your election next month, is that right?
Yeah, November.
I'm thinking, shit, I've come at the crazy time. It's going to be hectic. And it's like, I've been pretty lucky. Like, none of that doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was going to walk into it and be like, these people are diehard Trumpies and these are diehard Millers. And I was like, nah, like, doesn't bother me. Like,
no.
We don't have anything like that. But over there in Australia, it's actually compulsory to vote. We have to vote.
You have to vote?
Yeah. So
you have to pick a side?
Well, you have to vote. Like, you don't have to vote for anyone. You can go in, but you've actually got to tick your name off to say you were there to vote.
Oh.
So if
now, is there a penalty if you don't?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting, because that's the thing here in America. A lot of people just don't.
No.
My vote doesn't matter. That's what most people say, and they don't go vote.
Well, that's the thing, though. But there is 300 odd million people here, whereas there's only 26 back in Australia. So
still a lot of people.
Yeah. But like, you're right. So like, if it's only like a $50 fine or something, but I worked that out the hard way. Yeah, like I can understand. You can't really, if you don't vote, you can't really talk about it, I guess, in a way. Like if you,
so that's the thing that I say, right? If you're not willing to vote, if you're not going to pick a side, then don't cry about the outcome of things. Don't cry about who is or who isn't president, what policies do and don't work. You can't cry about it.
Yeah.
You have to pick a side. And you have to take a stand.
That's all we're seeing on the news over there at the moment is you're Trump and Miller just at each other, and you're just like,
I think that's the one thing that I say is wrong, right? And I say that only because instead of attacking each other, we should be working with each other.
Yeah.
Right? Let's see what you do right.
Let's see what
we do, and let's bring it all together. I don't know if you go for a third, yes, no, maybe so.
You're twisting my arm.
All right, here we go. Wrestling moves. Twisting arms, here we go.
Yeah, look, as I said, you hear it all the time, and you just said, doesn't, like, it's not going to really affect us, I guess, in a way. Obviously, it probably affects you guys more. Yeah,
well, right now, we're in a mix of so much. We got the Israel conflict.
Yeah.
Potential China conflict. We were Ukraine and Russia. We're spread so thin.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Where I work, too, is a lot of our exports, we're in iron ore, which go into making metal products and stuff like that. And a lot of ours goes to China. Really? So if that stops, then that's going to fool us.
Yeah, big time. It affects your economy.
Yeah, so we've got to be interested in it, but then we've also got to try and keep our head out of it.
Yeah, I mean, level heads will prevail is what they say, right? Level heads will prevail.
Thanks, boss.
Yes, sir. My pleasure, man. I'm having a great time talking with you just because this was part of, like, when I first started my podcast, it was just about producing a product that was different. So I wanted to bring people the idea of you don't have to go to college to start a business. You don't have to work a 9 to 5 to be successful.
Yeah.
And I think working for a retirement plan is a fool's goal.
Yep.
That's my plan. That's just how I feel about it, right? Based on when you look at, you mean to tell me someone else can manage my money better than me? I don't think so. So when you go by the numbers, they tell you work to 65 to retire. Well, what's the average life expectancy? 70, 72? Yeah. So I'm going to give you all the way to 65 to only live 5 years? I'm sorry. I'm going to live now.
Agreed. Hence the
I'm gonna
reason
live
why
now.
I'm on this
Yeah,
side of the country.
I'm gonna live now. I'm not.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm gonna do that. We're not even guaranteed tomorrow.
Exactly. We could hit. Yeah.
We can
Exactly.
go to bed tonight and now wake up. We can step outside of here. We could fall in this pool right
Yeah.
now and drown. You know,
It's that hot. I probably could. You know. Yeah.
But so that's why I tell people that was my initial message, which was, hey, you should invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You give all this time to your employer, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
I always encourage people to, no matter what it is, find something you're passionate about, or actually find something you're good at.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're passionate about things that we're not good at.
Yeah.
So find something you're good at and just put some time into that.
Yeah.
Get your priorities, get your goals in order, and then go after it.
Yeah.
Right? And there's so much reward at the end of that tunnel when you realize I did this for me.
Yeah.
Right? And can't nobody take that from you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so for me, like having 4 kids, my vision was I don't want my kid to come into this world and feel like they have to have a shitty job that they don't like just to cover bills,
Yeah.
or they have to go to school to pursue some sort of prestigious career, which if you look at it, in reality, a lot of people that go to college, they don't even end up in those industries.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
because it's just oversaturated. So, again, I'm not anti-establishment. I'm not anti-school.
Yeah.
I'm just giving people a different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I knew that just talking business all day long wouldn't keep the audience in.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I was like, well, what are other things that I'm good at? Well, I did sports. I was a boxer.
Yeah.
I showed you the tattoos.
Yeah, yeah.
I was a boxer. Entertainment, I did music. So I was like, well, I'll do business, sports, and entertainment, and I can shed light on multiple industries and then just kind of reel in the audience. And that's kind of what led me down the path of doing my own podcast. I feel like podcast has taken over the media market, right? Because nowadays you don't know what to believe on the news.
Yeah,
Everything
exactly.
is so biased.
Yeah.
So
It's fucked, isn't it?
I feel like I got in at the right time. I've been doing it going on 2 years now with my podcast.
Sick.
I've had numerous guests. You're added to that list now,
Thanks,
brother.
brother.
Hey, honestly, no, you don't know. For me, it's a big thrill to have you on because
For sure. Yeah. No, I said, I don't mind giving my opinion. As I said, you can take it for whatever you want.
Mhm.
Don't be offended by if I say something wrong, because I'm not always right. Never will. Never
I was right, I was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm
Have a good laugh.
That's it. Good times, man. Like laughter is food for the soul.
Yeah.
People that don't laugh
No, exactly
tend
right.
to be more miserable, be more angry, be more on edge, and you gotta have a laugh, man. Folks, you gotta listen, have a drink with
Have a
someone,
beer.
all right, have a good conversation. All right, man, fucking relax.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's it. Bloody, I just find this relaxing. Just enjoy it. Little things.
It's the little pieces that make the big picture. Right?
Exactly.
When you start like a mural or something, you don't just and it's done. No, you start with the fine details, and then you fill it in. By the time it's done, it's complete. But how many steps, how many days did go into this project?
Yeah.
So
no, that's it. That's it.
So if for folks that would be interested in going to Australia for the first time, what would you say are some do's and don'ts?
Depends what you're into.
Let's say I'm an outdoor camping, traveling kind of guy. Is there certain areas I shouldn't go explore?
Look, yes and no. You've got to be a bit vigilant about it. But like it does have some good sort of hiking and stuff all around the Blue Mountains and stuff near Sydney. But you got to be very careful. Like it does get cold at night.
Okay. Is that everywhere, or is that just?
It depends where you are. Like I could get, what would you say, into the 20s.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah. So,
that's over here. That's below freezing. That's cold.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to work out your your
Fahrenheit system.
But
by the way, we're the only ones that use the Fahrenheit system.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know if you're aware of that.
Well, funny you say that. I was in Canada for Christmas a couple of years ago, and they had an oven, and it was an American appliance.
Okay.
And stupid me, I was cooking something, and I was like, "This is Christmas Day." I was thinking of Canada being metric. I put it on to 230. To 230, which I thought it was degrees, and I'm like half an hour now ago, I was like, fuck, it's not even hot. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? So I rang the guy, I said, mate, your oven's fucked. And I'm just like, no, it's not. So he come over. He's like, it's fine. I'm like, mate, I've had this thing in here for like an hour and it's doing fucking nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, it's Fahrenheit. I'm like, fuck. So like 2 hours I've been cooking this thing low. I'm like, this is fucked. So even just getting in the car the wrong side. Oh man.
So you guys have the right
we drive
side.
we drive on the left.
Ah.
So man, the very, very first time I come over here to America and that, I was at the airport and I'll never forget this because I was just tired. I was like, put my bag in. Oh no, I had my bag on my back and I opened the door and I actually opened the driver's door.
He's like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah, and he just took off and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And I thought it was the passenger side and he thought I was trying to mug him. And the guy comes up behind me and just laughed and he goes, you're not from here, are you? I was like, nah. And I was like, fuck.
Oh shit.
And I was like, welcome. And I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Those are the memories that you get, right, when you come out here.
And going around roundabouts, like you guys go around the opposite way.
So you guys go counterclockwise.
Yeah. So for me,
no, you guys go clockwise.
Yeah.
We go counterclockwise.
Yeah. So to me, going around about, my head is just going, oh, this feels so fucking awkward.
Yeah.
My head's going a million miles an hour. I said, I shouldn't be doing this. This feels weird as fuck.
Are you guys able to turn right on red like we do here?
No, that's what they need. But we'd be able to turn left.
Oh, you can turn left.
Well, no, we can't, but we should be able to. So because we drive on the left.
Yeah.
But I do think we should adopt that. If we have to adopt something, we should be able to turn left when it's right to go, instead of like you guys turn right.
Gotcha.
That's what because that'll get rid of so much more traffic.
I'm actually, the more we talk, I'm really getting excited about. I'm telling you, I promise you, within a year, we're gonna be in Australia and we're gonna make something happen out there.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna make something happen.
Actually, be perfect time and let us know because I'd like to take you to an AFL game.
Okay.
An NRL game.
We'll coordinate the details. That way we can have all that in line and we can make it happen.
Yeah, that's sick. So
we can definitely make it happen.
And just do you can do the touristy things, but they're not as cool.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's always been my thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to do the tourist.
Yeah.
Like, that's not where it's.
Yeah,
it's always with the locals. The locals can always give you the best experience.
Yeah.
And so unless I have a direct point of contact, I'm not really comfortable with just going somewhere and exploring.
Yeah. Well, I have. I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. You're different, man. You're a different breed, man. Like I said, the things that you find normal for me are like, what the fuck? Right? Because I tell people, I'm people tough.
Yeah.
We're hanging right now. Let's say 5 guys walk in here. They want to start some shit. I got you, brother. I'll fight all 5 of them, right? Yeah. Now, there's a spider. That's your job, brother. You fucking take care of that shit, okay? I'm not fucking with it. Yeah. And I tell people that all the time. Like, it's a like you said, growing up, I grew up in a city, big city. I grew up in New York City, the Bronx, right? Yeah. Big city. And then you grew up kind of countryside. Yeah. So it's 2 different worlds, right? So like what you think is normal, to me is like, what the fuck? Yeah. What's normal to me, you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. So having that combination works. You know? Yeah,
exactly.
What are some of the what's like some of your favorite foods to eat while you're here in the States?
Here? What have I had? I've had I tried my first Philly steak. Is it Philly steak?
Where did you have it at?
Some restaurant. I can't remember the name of the restaurant.
If it was a restaurant, it wasn't right.
Wasn't it right?
I promise you. I'll tell you what. I will treat you to a Philly steak.
Philly steak? Where from?
They have a good spot here in town. When we wrap it up here, I'll make sure I get you a steak. Yeah. Even if it's not today, before you leave, I will get you that steak.
Fuck yeah. Nah, that's sick.
And then you'll go, this is a Philly steak.
Yeah, sick. What else have I had since being here? Buddy, I do enjoy I'm not used to the tipping system here.
Okay.
So I feel like I gotta ask people, it's like, what's the going tip? Like, I don't mind tipping, that's fine, because I know they get paid fuck all.
Don't ask, because they're gonna always fuck you. Yeah. You tip based on your service.
Yeah, but the thing that pisses me off, I think, is when they automatically put the tip on the bill.
Oh yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Because
Like,
they hit you for 20%.
yeah,
that's fine.
and that's what I was like. I was like, mate, I'll tip. That's fine.
Yeah,
But don't
20%.
automatically do it and then expect another tip again.
Tip. They don't. That's the thing. They don't tell you. So it's funny you say that. I used to go with my wife and my kids to this place all the time, and the tip was automatically included.
Yeah.
And I would say, how the hell is the bill so high? I never, you have some drinks, you're not really paying attention. I still tip on top of it.
Yeah, so
And then one day I found this receipt. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I look at it. I'm like, gratuity.
Yeah.
20%. Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I've been giving you 20%. On top of that, I've been tipping.
Yeah. I'm all for tipping. Like, I understand they get paid fuck all. You got to do it and help them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I find it like, yeah, they automatically do it. You're like, come on.
It's kind of fucked.
So, like, at home, our waitresses and stuff get paid really well.
Oh,
so,
they do?
yeah, so, like, they get paid a lot more. So
hey, if you're a waitress, listen to this.
Yeah.
In Australia, they pay you well to be a waitress.
Yeah, so, like, minimum wage is, like, you're looking at $25, $30 an hour.
Get the fuck out of here.
No joke, no
Hold
joke.
on. So, look. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
How's the economy then? How does it balance out?
Yeah, well, before COVID, it was actually okay, but now COVID's obviously fucked a lot of businesses.
$25-$30 an hour to be a waitress.
But
so what's your in comparison to your average wage in Australia?
Oh, I don't know those numbers exactly, but I think the average, the median for the now is around the 90,000 or something.
Okay.
So, which is 62,000 here American. 64,000 Americans, roughly.
So, the reason I ask that is if they're making 25 to 30, they're making about 52 to 50 to 60, let's say.
Yeah.
A year. That's not bad.
No, that's the thing. Like, but we don't tip, so we don't need to tip. That's part of all the service. And
so when you tip, it's so you get the service was exceptional.
Well, yeah, it's just that it's usually the foreigners, like the Americans, and that come and tip, and they're like, mate, you don't have to tip. A lot of them say, oh no, it's fine. Like yeah, they'll take it, but like a lot of them will be just like, oh no, it's all good.
Wow.
Yeah. And actually, the thing that blows me away is your tax. So each province or each state has got different tax, right?
Yeah.
But if I go and pick something off the shelf and it says $12, I go up to the counter, oh, that's $15 or whatever, or $14. I'm like, it says 12.
12, yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah, because they add the tax after the fact.
But that's the thing, whereas over home, what you see on the shelf is what you pay, is like including tax on top of it as well. So
see, that's a more simple system.
Man, so I know, if I'm picking that up for $12, I'm paying $12. Whereas for us, we don't even know what's tax you even pay at each. Like we understand you got to pay tax.
Yeah.
But each state's different.
It fluctuates.
And then you're like, oh fuck! So I've got $20 on me. This costs $18. Am I even going to have enough? I don't know. So you don't know. So you just wing it. You're like, oh, that's 1972 or whatever. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, we need to implement some of those things here as well. It would simplify life for a lot of people.
Oh man, at least you just know. As soon as you pick something up, bang, $12. Oh yeah.
Hey, so I'll tell you what's my take on this, right? When it comes to taxes, right? You go to work.
Yep.
And they tax your money.
Yep.
You go to the store, and they tax you on the goods.
Yeah, so you're double.
You get double.
Yeah, it's double fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, if you have a home, they tax you on that as well. When do you ever own anything? You don't.
Yeah.
You can have a zero balance on your mortgage.
But
and you still have property tax.
Yeah.
So it's never yours.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's fucking bullshit. So how's the tax work like in Australia?
So they've
just... the same?
It's yes and no. They've just revised it a lot. Obviously, the more you earn, obviously, the more... But that's the thing.
I'm for that. The more you earn, the more you should pay.
Yes.
I'm for that.
So,
with exceptions. Kids.
But if you look at the big corporations, they're not paying the...
That's everywhere.
Yeah. So like your Apples and all that.
Yeah.
They're paying zero corporate tax.
Really?
Like fucking bare minimum.
But that's
very,
crazy.
very minimum. Because they're sending it all over here, right? And they said, oh, we're going to be paying it here. But then I don't know what they do here, but so they're getting away with it.
Yeah, we gotta tighten up. We gotta do better than that. We gotta tighten up.
Us as an economy are struggling. Well, that's everyone at the moment. We're in that much debt. Like,
No,
So-
no, I think we're leading the charge.
yeah.
I can guarantee you, we're like what, 36, 37 trillion dollars in debt.
Yeah, man.
Insane.
Like, yeah, you think a bit like $1 million isn't a lot of money these days,
Fuck
but
no.
$1 billion, that's 1,000 millions,
Yeah,
man. That's a fucking lot of money.
Yeah, but even that, it's
Yeah, and they're in the trillion. Oh man,
we're like
we're
fucked when it comes to that aspect. And this is where I said we need to find stability.
yeah,
We gotta be able to create balance.
yeah,
We gotta find a system that works.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with open trading.
yeah.
Open trading will help the economy everywhere.
You're pretty lucky you got Mexico, because Mexico's becoming a big trader now. Like, they're doing a lot of the stuff what China were doing, taking over. So
Yeah.
for you guys, you'd be laughing.
Well, I don't know. Our relationship is not that great.
Nah.
They haven't really been the best to us.
Yeah.
They're taking a lot of our jobs.
Man, I
A lot
tell
of
you what.
factories. So that's why when Trump says, well, I'll hit you with a 100% or 200% tariff, people are like, why is he doing that? Well, what he's trying to do is keep the jobs in America.
Man, I tell you what, the fentanyl's pretty bad over in Los Angeles.
Disgusting.
Man.
But it's everywhere. But
Yeah,
Texas,
yeah.
you know, it reaches. They just recently did an operation here in Pinellas County, and I think they got like 375 like kilos of that shit.
Crazy,
off the
man.
street.
Like,
and that has a street that who
even
knows what.
I'm just, because me being in a small country town, I don't see it.
Yeah.
So coming to Los Angeles and you just see people like frozen,
Zombies,
bent over,
yeah,
and I'm just like,
Yeah. So again, that's my norm. Growing up in the city,
yeah,
you see someone in the park, they're just slumped over. People in the street, just
yeah,
that's
crazy,
my norm.
man.
Yeah. It's
So I obviously you got to watch yourself and be careful
at all
and
times.
yeah,
At all times.
but you got to be humble about it as well. You're like, I'm not going to go into the bloody Bronx and just start talking shit.
I'll be honest with you, the Bronx gets a bad reputation, but if you're like someone like you could navigate anywhere in the Bronx and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
I promise you. Reason being is that you automatically stand. They'll probably think you're a cop. They'll probably think you're a cop. They won't come nowhere near you.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a thing about the culture. The way you live, the way you carry yourself, right? Colors you wear, how you dress, how you speak.
yeah,
As soon as you open your mouth, they go, he's not a threat.
Yeah.
It's how it's taken. He's not a threat.
Yeah.
Like you said, like in Australia, as long as you don't go up to the animal trying to feed them, it's almost like an insult. Like, fuck, I can get my own food, fucker, you know?
yeah,
And so it's the same thing. Like, so they're not gonna view you as a threat.
yeah,
You'll be fine. You'll be great out there. Vice versa, anywhere else.
yeah.
It's just having that proper knowledge.
Yep.
And understanding that wherever you go, there will be some differences. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, I know many people that go to the Bronx, or they say, I'm going for a Yankee game. Wow, I found this really nice restaurant. Oh, we went here. Oh, we did this.
That's
like
cool.
the Bronx Zoo is recognized internationally.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's internationally recognized. People come from all over the world to go to
That's
the Bronx
sick.
Zoo. It's at the fucking Bronx, in the slums.
yeah,
But it's the Bronx Zoo. It's
Yeah.
fucking the Bronx Botanical Garden. We have shit like that. You wouldn't expect to hear in the Bronx, you know.
exactly.
But if you go by what people say, oh, Bronx is this, is that, is
Yeah.
that, people won't go.
Yeah,
that's
true,
that's
true,
the big thing.
true,
you know,
true.
It's a big thing.
Ah, that's it.
So, I'm kind of good on this.
Yeah,
You
sweet,
good?
bros. Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I have one more thing before we wrap this up, though.
One more thing.
One more. It's a little thing, but it's a big thing. How do you feel about Jose Cuervo?
Oh,
Just to end the pod on the right note.
Oh, love it.
You love it?
Well, I'll drink it, but yeah.
All right,
for
let's
sure.
do it. Cheers, man, to a great
Cheers,
pod,
boys
a great experience,
and girls.
a new friendship. All right,
Tell you what, bit sweaty, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, out here. Yeah, it's the humidity.
Yeah, man.
Hope you enjoy your stay.
Cheers, boys and girls.
Cheers. Here we go.
Hit the spot.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Bruz.
This is all before the tailgate.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Bruz. Appreciate it.
My brother, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
All
awesome.
right, I'm looking forward to just continuing this new friendship.
Yeah, man.
And like I said, you will see me in Australia. We
Sure.
will make the trip.
For sure.
and I'm excited for these new adventures, and we're gonna get you to some of these Seattle Seahawks games. We're gonna push the issue, man. Hey,
Oh
y'all.
man, like my mates will be so jealous if I just got to meet one of them.
Hey, you know what? It's well earned.
Yeah.
All right, you're putting in your again. This is your own time, your own money, your own
Yeah.
effort, your own everything. So,
Nah, I appreciate
anybody
it.
back home you want to give a shout out to?
Sure, yeah. I'd just like to say hello to my beautiful fiance Anna. I miss ya, and I'll be seeing you on Sunday when you pick me up from the airport.
Oh, so you have a fiance?
Yeah.
Hey, we might have to follow up on that one, guys. You have a date in mind already?
Yeah, March next year.
March of next year.
Next year, yeah, on the beach
On
in
the
Australia.
beach.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
y'all, stay tuned, man. I'm gonna bring y'all that update, man.
love you to bits. I'll see you when I see you. Hey, boys. Well, we've got Pete. He's Canadian. He was meant to come down, but he's a jerk and didn't come. Couldn't come. Just got my mates back at home, but he, as I said, they all want to come, but obviously they just couldn't. So
Shit
obviously,
happens. Hey, next time. There's
Yeah.
always next time,
yeah, as I
right?
said, I reckon we're going to start a thing with a few of my mates back home. They want to come and do it too.
That'll
so,
work, man. Proper planning,
Yeah.
right? That gets you in the right places at the right
Yeah.
time. So,
Yeah.
hey, y'all, I'm Coach Fig. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this pod. Catch you on the next one. I'm out of here.
See ya. Thanks, bros.
Like that.